here we are with the last character for Legend of Korra's character studies in the form of Bolin. And don't worry, he may be the last, but he's definitely not the least, because today we're talking about Bolin and the importance of kindness. Now, okay, I know I did compassion for Asami, but I swear compassion and kindness are very, very different things. Although Bolin and Asami are quite similar characters, and you will see what I mean when I get to that point, if I remember, because you know me guys, I always forget my points at some point. So the word point a lot there. Anyway, let us move on, because Bolin is basically the embodiment of kindness. He is a lovable goofball who is cheeky and just lovable and kind. I don't think there's any other way to describe Bolin. But the unfortunate thing is, many people in the fandom, similar to most of the characters in Legend of Korra really, he is underappreciated, and I think that's just the only way to describe it. He is underappreciated for his use of kindness, because like most things similar to compassion, kindness is seen as not a lesser trait, but not really that interesting. And considering Bolin is like the buffest guy in the show, and also well known for his sporting in pro bending and just kind of being the kid brother character, he isn't what many people would consider when they think of kindness, and probably wouldn't expect him to be the embodiment of that. But everything that Bolin does is all about mediation in a way, and also love. He is, like I said, a lovable character, but not just in the fact that he himself is lovable, but he loves openly and freely. He is, other than, well, Mako isn't even a character who is full of love. While he does love others, it's done in a different way. Bolin is open. He is what would be considered the hopeless romantic character, but not only in the romantic sense, but also in the platonic love sense. I just said platonic instead of platonic. His relationship with Asami is an example of that. In book 1 and book 2 specifically, his relationship with Asami is one that I can truly appreciate after many times of rewatching the series. As we see, his relationship and kind of being the glue to Team Avatar is all about kind of keeping the peace. With the drama of the love triangle after the love square that happened initially, Bolin is the one that keeps everyone chill. While there is definitely the tension, he is predominantly part of the reason why that tension doesn't overspill, at least when he's not around. When he's around, when he's not around. I can't speak at all today. When he's not around, then the tension overruns. But everything about Bolin is caring and protecting others. When Asami is having to face her father, Bolin comes in to help save and protect her and fight for her, declaring her Shiroshi Sato to be a terrible father, which is true, and he helps support Asami, something that she desperately needed there. She's seen her father turn on her, and to know that a friend, specifically Bolin, someone who is the embodiment of love, come to her aid and support her, I feel is what she desperately needed. And it makes sense then when we see them in book 2, Bolin is the one that she asked to come to her meeting with Varric, to be her support and kind of just be there to kind of keep her calm. Bolin is the most calming presence. Yes, he's a bit of a dummy every so often, a lovable one, but a dummy. He is able to keep Asami relaxed. He is part of the reason why Asami is able to get Varric's support for her company. Of course, it later backfires, but even in the end, when the whole trouble with Mako in prison, Bolin is the one who is supporting Asami, going to speak to Mako because Asami can't face that, and even openly stating that, meaning that Asami confided in Bolin about this concern and sadness she felt about the idea of seeing Mako in prison. He is the emotional soundboard for Team Avatar. Every member of the team has spoken to Bolin about their emotions at some point. Mako talked about his relationships, Korra talked about her struggles and troubles. Asami, I just love their relationship, because this is what Bolin does. Bolin puts people at ease enough to actually talk about what they're feeling. He gets the bad guys in book 3, Gazan, well, particularly Gazan, to actually talk to them like they may be prisoners, but Gazan is talking to them in a natural way, like they are friends. Mako even says, stop making friends with the enemy, because that's what Bolin does. Bolin is all about kindness, even admittedly when it shouldn't be happening, which is why he is also one of the most easily manipulated characters. And this can be seen particularly in Book 2 and Book 4. Book 2, Bolin is manipulated by Varric. He believes that he is doing the right thing by helping provide this media to support the South Pole, not realising that Varric is actually doing it for other means. Whether that be because Bolin himself isn't the most intelligent in that area, or just the fact that he himself is trying to make a difference in the way that he knows how, which isn't really anyway, because he's just a kid. So this is what he can do. And then in Book 4, he's been told and shown at least one perspective of Kuvira's regime. He is seeing the good that they are doing for villages and towns by providing military, food and support for these towns before leaving, so he doesn't actually see what happens afterwards, which he doesn't really realise is a problem until he learns the truth. And it's then that he sees the error that he has made in openly trusting and believing that what Kuvira is doing is wholly good. And so he leaves and desperately tries to get to Republic City in time to warn them of what is happening. And from there, he continues to try and use his kindness and action and his sensitive nature to rebuild the relationships that he believes he has ruined, and try and fix the world that he has unintentionally helped break. In a way, and I don't know if this is true, but this is my headcanon for it, Bolin is kind of like me. I take on the emotions of other people. If I can sense that someone is sad, I will automatically feel sad. And I often feel things are my fault if I've had even the smallest connection to what has happened. And Bolin, I think, is the same. Bolin unintentionally helped Varric in Book 2, which led to Varric's escape, which led to Varric being a part of the science team in Book 3, which led to Varric being part of Kuvira's regime and creating the spirit weapon. Bolin, he doesn't seem like the smartest guy, but I believe he has seen this small little thread that he was involved with in Book 2 and has connected it to what is happening now and is taking the blame on himself. Everything he does, I think, is his way to try and make up for what he unintentionally screwed up in the first place. Whether it's true or not, that's what I think is happening. And then he continues to do this. He continues to show his acts of kindness. And I think that's part of what he does to try and grow from his mistakes. Bolin is someone who, to try and make a difference in the world, shows love and kindness to those who some of us may even believe don't deserve it. But he does his best to do that, to show kindness. He saves his brother who wanted to sacrifice himself to save the world because he can't allow him to die, because that's not what the world needs. The world needs people like Mako. He helps fight against the Colossus. He helps save the airbenders in Book 3 by learning lava bending. His lava bending was from his raw strength to protect, to save those he loves. It's similar to pretty much every member of Team Avatar. They are all driven in some form by love in their actions. And Bolin is just the true embodiment of that. And I think that's something we can learn about Bolin as a character. Bolin is someone who uses kindness, in a sense, as a weapon for change. and it's a positive one. He believes that by being kind to those around you, you can make a difference in that way. And so kindness is in fact the most powerful weapon. And Bolin has just learned to use that in a way that even we don't realise is the biggest strength for him as a character. But what do you guys think? Do you think kindness is an important part of Bolin's character, or do you think there was something else instead that works for him as a person? Whatever the case, let me know in the comment section down below. I can't believe Avatar month is over. This is absolutely crazy, and I'm hoping to do this on a regular annual basis. And if you guys want to support me doing that, be sure to go to the link for my Patreon in the description box to help support me for as little as $2 a month so I can do this again in future. If you can't support me on Patreon though, be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell if you haven't already, and leave maybe a thumbs up if you want to as well. I do want to thank you guys so much for watching this, and hopefully all the other Avatar month videos if you haven't already. I truly do appreciate every bit of support. Again, seriously, just thank you guys so much. I love you all, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.